In the annals of English history, few monarchs stand as tall as Edward III, a king whose reign marked a golden age of medieval England. Born on November 13, 1312, at Windsor Castle, Edward ascended the throne in 1327 at the tender age of 14. Yet, it would not be long before this young king would leave an indelible mark on England, steering the nation toward unprecedented growth and glory. To understand Edward III's significance, we must first consider the backdrop against which he rose to power. England, during the early 14th century, was embroiled in a myriad of challenges, both domestic and abroad. His father, Edward II, had faced a tumultuous reign plagued by military failures and internal strife, leading to his eventual deposition. Entering this turbulent scene, Edward III quickly exhibited a resolve and acumen that belied his years. One of Edward's most renowned achievements was his role in the Hundred Years' War, a protracted conflict with France that would define much of his reign. Claiming the French crown through his mother, Isabella of France, Edward launched a series of campaigns that showcased his strategic brilliance. The Battle of Crécy in 1346 stands out as a testament to his military prowess. Here, the English forces, outnumbered and facing a formidable French army, emerged victorious. This battle not only bolstered England's military reputation, but also marked the rise of the longbow as a dominant force on the battlefield. Yet Edward's ambitions were not confined to military conquests. He proved to be a formidable builder of both state and society. Under his reign, the English Parliament evolved significantly, reflecting Edward's innovative approach to governance. By summoning the Good Parliament in 1376, he laid the groundwork for a legislative body that included not only the nobility, but also representatives from the counties and boroughs. This move towards a more inclusive governance structure was revolutionary, setting the stage for the parliamentary democracy that we recognize today. Economically, Edward's reign was transformative. With a keen sense for trade and economy, he established England as a key player in the wool trade, which was the backbone of the medieval economy. By nurturing alliances with the prosperous Flemish weavers, Edward ensured a market for English wool, thereby enriching the English coffers. This economic prowess translated into a burgeoning middle class, which in turn fueled the cultural and architectural renaissance of the period. The construction of Windsor Castle's St. George's Chapel, an exquisite example of Gothic architecture, was one such cultural milestone, symbolizing the splendor of Edward's reign. However, any discussion of Edward III would be incomplete without acknowledging the chivalric legacy he left behind. A devout believer in the ideals of chivalry, he founded the Order of the Garter in 1348. This order, steeped in medieval romance and courtly honor, remains one of the highest honors today. Through tournaments and ceremonies, Edward imbued his court with a sense of knightly valor and medieval pageantry, ensuring that his kingship would be remembered not just for its conquests, but for its cultural contributions. Despite these remarkable achievements, Edward's later years were marred by personal tragedy and political turmoil. The Black Death, a devastating plague that swept through Europe, ravaged his kingdom, claiming the lives of many, including his beloved daughter. Moreover, the latter part of his reign saw a decline in his influence, with internal disputes and familial strife, notably with his son, the Black Prince. Yet, as we reflect on Edward III's reign, it becomes clear that his legacy transcends these challenges. His efforts laid the foundations for England's future imperial aspirations and parliamentary democracy. Even centuries later, his impact resonates through the corridors of English history, solidifying his place as one of the nation's greatest monarchs. In closing, Edward III's life was one of remarkable achievements and profound challenges. His ability to navigate the complexities of medieval geopolitics while fostering cultural and economic growth at home cements his reputation as a visionary leader. As we delve into the storied chapters of his reign, we are reminded of the enduring power of effective leadership and the indomitable human spirit to overcome adversity. Edward III, without a doubt, deserves his place among the pantheon of England's greatest kings.